Hey guys, Davina here. So a lot of you have been asking me what kind of makeup I use / how I do my makeup, so I figured I would just make a tutorial of pretty much just my basic everyday makeup routine so that you guys can maybe use some of the products that I use and hopefully get something out of it. So let's do it. So I already pretty much did my foundation. I use NARS Tinted Moisturizer, which is really good if you have sensitive skin like me, because it's oil-free and it also has SPF, so you know, if premature wrinkles aren't your thing, this is great. I pretty much just put it all over a thin layer and then use my beauty blender. It is pretty sheer, it's not gonna give you like full coverage, but that's what I like to use for every day because I don't like to look like I'm wearing cakes of makeup every day. So after I do my little foundation primer thing, I like to do my eyebrows. So I use Anastasia or Anastasia, I don't know how you pronounce this, but I used it. It's the Dip Brow Pomade in Ash Brown. I would suggest going to like a makeup store and asking them what your eyebrow color would be because there's so many shades of this that like, you could go so wrong. So eyebrows are tricky because mine are super uneven. I just like to tell myself that they're not supposed to be twins, they're supposed to be sisters. They share the great similar qualities, but aren't the same. They're individuals. So I have this brush. On one side it has the eyebrow brush and then it has the little like applicator on the other side. So I like to just brush my eyebrows. The eyebrows, it depends on the day. You know, some days it's just on point and you're like, yes, my life is flawless, look at my eyebrows, and then other days you're like, please don't look because this reflects how my life is a mess. I like to just put a little bit on the back of my hand like this, and then I just start. And again, this is kind of like my everyday thing, so I don't do these like huge regimens of making sure that my eyebrows are super on fleek. And then I kind of like to just brush it out to kind of like disperse it and make it not as concentrated because sometimes this can be a little patchy. This right one is giving me problems, you guys. It's odd how your eyebrows can really change your mood. Alright, that's as good as they're gonna get. So after I do my eyebrows, I like to just do the eyeshadow. Let's go straight into it. So first I use Urban Decay Primer Potion, and it's in the color Eden. Instead of putting a lighter eyeshadow on the base, I kind of just use this. And primer really does help because it makes the eyeshadow stay on a lot longer. So I just put that on my eyelid. I like to clean my brushes before every time I use them, because it's honestly a breeding ground for bacteria if you don't. If bacteria isn't your thing, I would recommend getting a brush cleanser. MAC has a really, really good one. You kind of just pour it on a tissue or a paper towel and you just smear off all the nastiness that's on your brush. I start off with Naked Lunch by MAC. This is like a really cool kind of shimmery eye color. It works for me because I have brown eyes and that's really what makes my eyes pop. So basically, I use a MAC, I don't know what number brush this is, but it's like a little eyelid brush, and I just put it on the eyelids. I kind of layer it on, depends on like if you want more shimmer. This is a really great neutral color, especially for bright, everyday look. Davina, that's the title of the video. Of course they're going for an everyday look. After that, I have two blending brushes. These are from MAC as well. And I use the color Charcoal Brown, that's this one right here. I put it in my creases to kind of get that depth. So I just dab it on that thing right here, and I like to tap it because the excess falls off. So I just kind of have a light touch with it. This is the part that is a little tedious, is the blending. Now I want to be able to walk by that MAC makeup counter and not have the employees look at me with sympathy, like, what did this girl do to herself today? So I like to just kind of start from the outside and not go so heavy on the inside because you do kind of want to give it that cat eye look a little bit. I find also that doing my makeup on a lower mirror helps make it look more even. Watch this come out totally uneven and everyone's just like, that was bullshit. Spend my life blending. That is what's gonna be on my tombstone. Blend it in, yes. Yes, blend it. Take your clean blending brush, the second one, and you're gonna blend it even more. I know y'all thought this was over, but it's not. Okay, so after you've spent an eternity blending your eyeshadow, you're gonna take this little brush here, and I like to use Nylon by MAC. It's a really good highlighter color. Ew, this eyebrow is giving me so much trouble right now. And then I use a little bit on the inside corners of my eye, and this is what really gives you that awake, alert look, because looking alert is in, guys. Then I just take this little blending brush again and kind of just run it through so that we don't have any harsh lines. It's not over, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this eyelid brush again. I'm gonna put a little bit of charcoal brown on it and put it underneath the eyes. So I'm using Black Track by MAC. It's a gel eyeliner, all black, and then I'm using this 219 brush by MAC as well. I kind of just take a little bit and put it on the back of my hand so that it's not cakey. Take a little bit on there. This is where it gets tricky. Don't be scared if you mess up, guys. Nobody's perfect. Now let's work on the wings. So on the wing, I pretty much just go up and then in. It's the easiest way to kind of get a nice shape. Go. So I don't use fake lashes often. I mostly just use them for if I'm playing a show or if I'm gonna get pictures taken, just like special occasions. I just find it exhausting to like wear fake eyelashes because they do kind of get heavy on your eyes. I just like to use a really volumizing mascara. This one's from MAC. It's called Haute and Naughty Lash. And it has 2 applicators. It has like the first one to kind of volumize it and bring it out, and the second one to thicken it. I just prefer this because I love fake eyelashes and it makes your makeup look amazing, but sometimes I don't have time for that. And then the second one is to thicken it, and it has a lot more mascara on it. I don't know why, but I like to just kind of wipe some of it off. Get it on, guys. This is like the highlight of my life, is just making my eyelashes look huge. Okay, so after you kind of just put the eyeliner on the bottom of your eyelids, I'm gonna take this same brush I used to put the brown eyeshadow under my eyes, and I'm gonna put a little more just to give it more smokiness and get rid of any harsh lines. And then I use Neutrogena Skin Clearing Concealer in the color Light. I use it for under the eyes because it's really easy to smear, I guess. And this is kind of to just get rid of unwanted powder that has fallen. So now's the fun part. This is contouring. I use Makeup Forever Camouflage Cream Palette. It looks disgusting, but it's awesome. So I use the green one on any like red spots I might have before I put on my foundation. It really helps to neutralize the redness and get rid of it once you put your foundation on. Then I'll use these 2 colors for my contouring to highlight. So I take this little concealer brush and I just paint it on. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just what works best for me. It's not about following the rules, guys. So then I put it over here. I make kind of like a, it could be an isosceles if you wanted it to. And then I'll just put it all the way up here. This is what's giving it that natural like shimmer, like the sun just hit you in all the right places. I don't contour every day. Sometimes I just go out in this and some mascara and I'm good because it's just so tedious. This is like if I'm trying to look good, if I'm like, I'm feeling myself today. But most days, no. So I'm taking my Beauty Blender, amazing product, and I just blend it all in. And I try to go in the same places that the contouring stuff is on, because if not, you're just gonna spread it all over your face and look like one pale blob. Guys, I'm rocking it with this terminology, aren't I? The contour stuff. So this is an extra step for my peeps with acne. What up? If you have blemishes like me, this is a step that you need. I use Makeup Forever Extreme Camouflage Cream. This is an amazing cover-up. It works so well, and if you have little things like me, this is amazing. I just use my hands. It's just easier for me to blend it. Every time I try to use a brush, it diffuses it too much, and then the pimple still shows, and it's like, ugh, I could have just done this with my hands. That's what she said. I'm not like those beauty bloggers who are like, okay, and then I just put powder because my face is flawless. Like, no, I got pimples. But you know what? They say people with acne tend to not have that many wrinkles when they get older, I guess, because their skin is oilier and something, or maybe it's just the universe rewarding us because we've gone through the worst times ever with our acne. Like, pool parties are dreadful because you're like, is my makeup gonna come off and this pimple's gonna show? Or like going in for hugs, you always have to be like, ah! Like, cause your makeup will rub off, and then it's just hell. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, like we all got it. So now I'm gonna do the shadow contouring, which is pretty much just putting bronzer on the hollows of my cheeks, my forehead, my temples. I use NARS Laguna bronzer, it's amazing. It kind of is a super natural bronzer color. A lot of other bronzers I've seen have an orange hue, and then when you put it on and you go out in the day, it's like orange face, and we ain't trying to look like Oompa Loompas. So this has a more brown kind of undertone, so it looks like a natural tan. So I just kind of put that there, maybe like on the jawline as well to define it. This is when my hair gets a little messy. Do the other side. So then I like to put a little bit on the sides of my neck, just to blend it a little more so that my neck doesn't look like a white monster next to my face. And now I'm gonna take that same brush that I used to contour, just gonna wipe off that excess stuff. And I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer on it, and I'm gonna give myself the 5-minute nose job and contour my nose. So I just put it on the underneath. This is what gives it that turned up look. And then kind of just go along the sides and make sure you're really careful, because if you do it too wide, you're gonna do the opposite effect and just make your nose look a lot wider than it is. So you really wanna just follow that bone right here. So I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender too. I'm like the worst, I'm not even explaining. I'm just like, watch me do my makeup. So I'm just gonna use this Beauty Blender, everybody, to blend it. Now I'm pretty much just gonna mattify everything with my powder. This is great because, as you can tell, I'm still a little dewy from my foundation because it is pretty sheer and moisturizing, so I like to put a bunch of powder all over to kind of even out the skin tone. So I use Cover FX mineral powder. This is extreme coverage. This is for if you're like me and you have some like dark spots or things you want to cover up. This is amazing. It really gives you that like matte look. But if you don't want that much coverage, I would recommend something a little more translucent. Just take my Real Techniques brush right here. You can get these online, they're super cheap, and they're really, really great quality. So then I like to put a lot of the powder on my neck to kind of blend it in. If you don't have a powder that's extremely covering or whatever, then use your foundation to kind of blend into the neck, because you don't want to get into your car and then see that you have a super bronzed face and then your neck looks like a raw turkey. I use a Real Techniques blush brush. You can get like a pack of Real Technique brushes. They have like starter packs and stuff like that for like 20 bucks, and it's really, really good. They're awesome brushes. So here are the blushes that I love to use depending on the day. Peaches, this is a really cute orangey, summery kind of thing. If you're looking for just that little glow, Peaches is y'all go-to. Then I also use Blush Baby. This is my go-to blush if I'm kind of going out at night. I was told to go for a blush that matches your natural lip color, because that's what's gonna make your face look all even and perfect. So I went to MAC and they told me that Blush Baby was the closest to that, and it actually is, and it looks pretty cool. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of Blush Baby, or should I do the other one? Oh God. I'll take Blush Baby. So I just pack a little bit onto my blush brush like this, tap off any excess, and then slowly but surely pack it on there. So now I'm just gonna take my mascara again and run over it one more time, because when you put powder on your face, it kind of gets rid of the dark effect of your eyelashes. So I'm not gonna go through both steps again. I'm just gonna take the bigger brush, kind of get off a lot of the excess makeup, because I don't want it to clump the lashes, because when they're dry, it can make it look a little clumpy. Like this right one is just not doing it for me today. So I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit. I might have just made it worse. So now after I do my whole makeup, I like to use brow gel. This defines my eyebrows a little better. You can see the hairs more so they don't look as painted on. I use Gimme Brow by Benefit. It's really good because these are kind of tinted eyebrow gels. So I use the medium dark one, and what it does is just bring out the hairs a little more while also like keeping your hairs in place. I'm giving up on this right eyebrow because it's just not being friendly to me today. All right, so now is the last step, and that is lips. I have a lot of products that I like to use for the lips that are really cool and have taken me a while to find. I love to start with a nice moisturizer first. I use NARS Lip Pencil in Bahama. This is a really, really cool one. It's great for a little bit of a mauve nude matte lip. So I just like to outline the lips in this, and then I use ColourPop lipstick in the color Tootsie. Really awesome. These are like super cheap and really amazing. They last forever too. And I just kind of smear that on. Yay. So that is the finished makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe took something from it, who knows. I will post all of the products that I used in the description below. Make sure to try them out or check them out and just try whatever works for you. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and watching my videos. It means so much to me, and just following and being a part of the community is amazing. I love you guys so much and have a wonderful day.